Once upon a time, there was a king named Nick. Nick was a kind and generous king, so generous in fact that one day he decided to cancel everyone's debts.
Hooray!
But there was one man named Dan that owed so much money it would make your eyes pop out. Well, King Nick's eyes did indeed pop out when he heard of it.
What?
The king said,
How is it that you owe me that much?
Look, you are a gracious and kind king, so I beg thee, oh master, please, please, please forgive my debt.
You are right to say that I am a gracious and kind king.
said the king.
Let it be as you wish.
And so Dan gleefully bounced out of the king's courts. As Dan was traveling home, he encountered his friend Lucas, who was riding on a camel.
Why do I have to ride a camel? You can't do better than that?
Okay, fine. As Dan was traveling home, he encountered his friend Lucas, who was riding in a 2012 Ford Mustang. And it just so happened to be that Lucas owed Dan $100. Dan threw a hissy fit.
Give me my money, man!
Said Dan.
Come here.
Help! Help!
Lucas begged and begged for his debt to be forgiven, but Dan refused, and Dan spit in his friend's face. The situation was brought to the attention of King Nick the next morning as King Nick was eating a banana.
Bring Dan to me at once!
He said. So Dan came bouncing into King Nick's courts expecting to receive another blessing. But not this time. No, this time King Nick had had enough.
I forgave your debt because you begged me to. And you wouldn't have mercy on your fellow servant?
In convulsing anger, King Nick condemned Dan to the chamber of torture. I suppose we could all learn from Dan's poor misfortune. Always be willing to give to others that which you have so freely received.